you know, like always, pretty much not lacking for excitement watching us. No one leaves early, no matter what that lead is. Nothing's safe. You know, you're always concerned wherever you play anybody. You know, I was concerned. UTEP was coming off some wins, had some confidence coming in here. We were coming off some losses, and your minds are very fragile when you're losing. You got to find ways to get wins sometimes. And I was proud of the way our guys came out and started that game. For 20 minutes, we were pretty good against a junk defense. You know, box and one, triangle and two, man, zone, a lot of different things. We were very aggressive. And the first stat that you have to look at to back that up, we shot 19 free throws the first half. Second half, we really shot 2 free throws. Stat says 4, but 2 of them came because it just fouled us. Only 2 of them came out of aggression. And that's the negatives of it. You know, we got to find a way to come out of the locker room, and you guys have seen this. Y'all seen us with leads, and have a killer instinct. I mean, put a foot on somebody's throat. Forget that score. And we didn't do that very well. First 4 minutes when the tone of the game got changed. It went from 17 to, seemed like I remember at 16-minute mark, either I called timeout or there's a timeout, there's a 10-point game already. And a bunch of that came in transition. And that just can't happen. We were settled for too many threes. Had some long rebounds, started some transition, and their bigs early in that second half outran us down the court. But the positive thing is we found a way to hang on, get a W. And this time of year, hey, none of them is ever going to be pretty with us. We'll take the W, get better from it, and learn from it, and get ready for the next one on Saturday. Questions?
Pancake and Justin, what care you guys not doing?
Well, I mean, Pancake the first half, I can't remember exactly what it was. That first, you guys, what was it the first half?
5 to start off with.
How many points did he have at halftime?
19.
What did he finish up with?
25.
What did he go second half?
16.
I know he had a 3 in front of the bench out under. Did he make another 3 second half? I don't think so. How many did he have at halftime?
19.
He had 5 threes, though?
He had 6 3-pointers at half.
6, so he had 1 second half. He was 1 the second half, hit that off out of bounds in front of our bench. So he was really good. I've said he's a guy been playing well for us. He comes to practice. He shoots the same every day. He shoots game shots every time he shoots the basketball. He does it with consistency. And that's how you get better. Practice the right way. Every shot you shoot, you know, it's a game winner, and it's a game shot. He's shooting the basketball. Justin was good. Again, we didn't get the ball to Justin enough in the second half and inside that zone. Now, Justin got tired too. You know, he wasn't working until late in that game. He kind of went to work a little bit more inside there. But he rested way too much, and we settled again for way too many threes.
Talking about points in the paint, how do you adjust with a zone like that? Outscored 40-6. Talk about that.
Well, 46, their big guy, that big 7-footer had 27 of them. Boy, it was tough. We played some zone to try to change tempo the second half. Helped us some. Played it the first half a few times. He's a load in there. But what you have to do is get stops. We didn't get enough stops second half. Get him in transition. You know, the first half we were getting stops. Now he's got to convert, and that was his weakness. As long as it's a half-court game for him, he's got the advantage. When it's a transition game, we got the advantage, and they won the advantage the second half.
I think that came from maybe settling for too many 3-pointers in the second half.
There's no question. There's no question. And when you're not scoring some points, it led to easy baskets for them, getting out in transition. And you guys know how it is. You know, your defense is not as good when you're not making shots. The first half we're making shots, everything works better. When that ball goes in the hole, everything works better. That's just the way it is. There's no secret to it. But, you know, we found a way again to just grind it out and get a win.
What adjustments do you have to make to keep that many fast break points from coming from the team?
Well, you just, you know, got to come out of the locker room, that consistent effort. First half, I didn't get it. Second half, they got it some. And they got up their bigs. You know, Justin and Anton didn't convert that second half. You start with those guys. I don't know those first 7 points or 9 points they scored, how many of them came from those bigs. I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm telling you several of them did. You got to come out of that locker room and forget that score. Again, 17 points. I mean, today's game, it don't take but 3 trips and that score changes. I mean, and again, I've got to do a better job, changing my speech, whatever it is, because we sure didn't come out of the locker room with the kind of urgency that you have to have consistently to beat for sure the good teams. And like I said, we found a way to hang on here tonight, but we made it interesting.
I'm assuming you wanted TJ to foul there at the very end.
You know what we wanted to do, and again, we had fouls to give, and we want to keep fouling. We're going to keep fouling, and not his fault. Young guys sometimes just don't always grasp the message and understand. It don't matter how far they are away from the basket, and we want to foul. It's that time we're worried about. And he got confused thinking it's too far away. Well, we've all seen on TV people throwing up shots from 40 and 50 feet all the time, making a game-winning shot. So, again, it's something he'll learn from.
Coach, the team's 10 and 11 on the year, but now 7 and 1 at home. I mean, what's the difference that this team is able to win all these close ball games at home instead of on the road?
Well, like I say, everybody's pretty good at home. What separates the good teams from great teams? Those teams go on the road and win. That's where that toughness is. That's where it all gets exposed at. At home, you get that artificial motivation. That's those people in the crowd. Give you some energy. On the road, you don't have that. But some you don't have it in practice. And the great teams find ways to dig in and go on the road and play that way. At home, for the most part, everything works better. You run better, you defend better, you shoot better, for the most part. There's times that don't happen. You look around across the country, and you look at scores across the country and say, how does that happen? How does Pittsburgh get beat 50 at home? I mean, a good Pittsburgh team. I mean, it happens. But for the most part, teams are just emotionally better at home. You don't want to be that way. You want to be consistent. You want to play the same way, and you get that from practicing. Consistency, every possession the same way, and you carry that on the road to you. You can't play on emotions. You get on a roller coaster, you get on emotions. You get on a peak and you get in the valley. That's why you got to be consistent, and it's consistency comes from not getting too high at home, not getting too low on the road, being consistent.
Anything else? All right.
Can I ask a question? Yeah, ask a question. You get
The second free throw that Pancake shot there at the end, why didn't you put 2 guys up down to rebound the offensive rebound? Maybe just slow, they're coming up.
That's probably a pretty good thought. We're up 3. First off, I think he's going to make it. I'm going to call a timeout and be up 4. Well, we fouled him in the half court, don't we? He says it's better to let them come out there a little bit. Don't foul them initially. Because we let them with 7 seconds on the clock. Then we took 4 seconds off the clock, fouled them in the half court. So versus fouling them when that shot comes off there. Because lots of times, sometimes a guy will get a rebound. You don't want him to foul, and he'll foul too soon. But I'll put Cake back up in that position. I know Cake missed a free throw before that. Is that right? I put him back in that position on an end out, so he goes shoot it again. Now, did he miss both that time? Front end, up 3, right? I'll put him up there again. He's a guy that, I trust making shots. Is that it? All right, guys.